Good morning, students. Till here, we have completed the steps of the agricultural practices. Now, we are in condition to see some techniques that can increase the crop yield. So, let's begin the today's lesson. Crop yield. First of the question is, what is the need of increasing the yield of the crop? Yes, seeing the increasing population of India, it is very much required that there should be increase in the crop amount so that their requirements can be met. So for that purposes, some techniques have been used, such as mixed cultivation and crop rotation, that can increase the crop yield further. Before that, we should know what do you mean by cultivation. So, cultivation is the preparation and use of land for growing crops. Now, we are going to discuss how these two techniques help in increasing the crop yield further. By carrying out the basic agricultural practices systematically, we can substantially increase the crop yield with the help of these techniques. This is the slide where I am showing you the mind map of the techniques, how these two techniques can be used to increase the crop yield. The first one is the mixed cultivation. You are seeing in this picture. This picture is depicting the technique mixed cultivation. In this picture you can see that there are the two different plants grown on the same field at the same time, while in the crop rotation you can see this is showing that the crops are grown on the same land but not at the same time but alternately. So in our upcoming slides we are going to discuss how these techniques help in increasing the crop yield. First we will talk about the mixed cultivation. In this type of cultivation, two or different types of crops, it might be two, it might be more than two, different types of crops are shown in a particular field at the same time. Means what is that? At the same time the two or different types of crops are grown in the same land, as you can see in the picture. So the crops chosen are such that the nutrients needs of one crop are fulfilled by the other. There is one condition on the basis of the which the two crops or the two or different types of crops are being chosen. What is the condition? The crops that are chosen are such that the nutrient needs of one crop are fulfilled by the other. For example, pea plant with the cereals, a leguminous plant, that is a plant having seeds in long pods such as chickpea or mustard, can be grown in the same field along with a cereal such as wheat. Clear? So this is example of mixed cultivation. In this, what is happening? In this, the both types of plants are being grown in the same field. Pea plant with the cereals. What is happening here? Cereal is getting the nitrogen nutrient from the leguminous plants, and leguminous plant is taking the nutrient from the cereal plant. So in this way both are benefiting from each other, or one crop's need are fulfilled by the other. Clear? So next we are moving to the next technique, that is the crop rotation. First of all, we will study what is crop rotation. The practice of growing two or more dissimilar crops in the same field, one after the other, is called crop rotation. Here I have told you two words, that the crops are grown on the same land but not at the same time. One after the other means alternately. This is done keeping in mind the nutrient requirements of a particular crop. For example, crops such as wheat and paddy use up a lot of nitrogen from the soil. So this lost nitrogen can be replaced naturally if leguminous plants such as pea, soya bean or green beans are sown after wheat or paddy. So in this way, the leguminous plants grown alternately with the cereal plants help in making the soil rich in nitrogen mineral nutrients, and they are fulfilling the conditions required for the crop rotation. That is, the cereals or the such as wheat, rice or paddy, they are needing the nitrogen as they draw lot amount of nitrogen from the soil. So if we are alternately, if we are growing the leguminous trees, then the soil that have become deficient in nitrogen content, they again become rich in that concerned nutrient. So leguminous plants have a special kind of the bacteria in their roots. We know in the roots of legumes, rhizobium bacteria is present. So bacteria, it help in restoring the nitrogen content of the soil, and this is done by a process called nitrogen fixation. We will study about the nitrogen fixation in detail later. Clear? So till here we have studied about the two techniques through which the crop yield can be increased. The first one was mixed cultivation and the second one was crop rotation. Now in this slide we have seen that in this the nitrogen compound is being converted from the atmospheric nitrogen with the help of the rhizobium bacteria. Means we are in condition to define what is the role of the rhizobium being played here. Rhizobium is converting the atmospheric nitrogen to nitrogen compound and adding it into the soil. So the farmers need not to add the nitrogenous fertilizers. Why? Because the soil will not have nitrogen deficiency. So again we can grow legumes to maintain the nitrogen level in soil. So in this way, by crop rotation method, the soil might be enriched in their certain concerned nutrients.